Grinding through grueling workouts, practices, and games every day of the year, combined with rigorous college courses, student athletes are some of the hardest working people in the country. College sports make up most of the games on major sports channels such as ESPN. College athletes should be paid because of the hard work and the amount of time they put into the sport they play. Yes, most of them are in love with the sport and that's why they do what they do, but I still think with the amount of money that colleges make off these athletes, that the money should be reimbursed and distributed among the players. College athletes spend a great amount of time with their sport. College athletes have to practice and play often, so they do not have time to get a job. Extensive travel and long practice hours also keep an athlete from being able to get a job. Average college athletes spend over 50 hours a week between lifting weights and actual practice with the school. Players must maintain a 2.0 GPA, so any extra time not on the playing field needs to be spent on classwork. I have a visual here that shows you a typical daily schedule for a college athlete. From 5 to 6 a.m., they wake up and eat breakfast. From 6 to 8 a.m., they have strength and conditioning. From 8 to 8:30, they have team meeting. From 8:30 to 9 a.m., they shower and get to classes. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., they have classes and lunch. From 2 to 2:30, they have film study. From 2:30 to 3:15 p.m., they get taped and ready for practice. From 3:30 to 6 p.m., they have team practice. From 6 to 7 p.m., they shower and have treatment. From 7 to 7:30, they eat dinner. From 7:30 to 9 p.m., they have academic support, study hall. From 9:30 to midnight, they have to finish homework and sleep so they can get up and do it all over again. More athletes would stay and complete college if they did not need to leave to get a job and make money. NCAA holds many restrictions on the player and yet still does not pay them. NCAA has a great deal of control over the players, such as behavior, grades, and level of play. The athletes receive no pay because of their amateur level of play, which is not a good reason because they are held to the same standards as the professional players in the social media world and yet not the same pay. Players are worshipped as if they were professionals and yet they are unable to obtain shoe contracts, sports drinks contracts, etc. as pros do because of the college restrictions. The NCAA makes huge amounts of money off the players. College sports are an overall multi-billion-dollar industry. Revenue generated by college athletics benefits the school, coaches, local communities, vendors, and even television networks. Players are not allowed to share in the monetary awards. Money is made by selling players' jerseys with their numbers on it, and yet no monetary rewards. Statistics said that in the 2016-2017 school year, NCAA revenue reached $1 billion. Many people have argued that the players who drive this revenue do not receive the true value that they bring to their schools. Scholarships are often given, yet the expenses of college go beyond the tuition and books. Food, clothing, transportation are just a few things that the student must still find the financial means to pay, and yet they have no time to get a job. If you are a great singer and hold a concert where they charge admission to get into the concert, would you not think the singer deserves a payment? Tickets for the Carolina and Duke basketball game were close to $3,000, and yet players did not receive any payment. I have a visual here comparing a Carolina and Duke basketball game to an actual NBA game. You can see the Carolina and Duke basketball game is $3,089, whereas the NBA game is only $144. Being a college athlete is a full-time job that requires more than your typical job. These players are expected to not only maintain a certain GPA, but to also be at every practice session, team meeting, and game on time and ready to do whatever the coach asks. Beyond this, they are also expected to keep a win and shining reputation for the coach. If they do not meet these expectations, then they can receive punishment from the coach. The NCAA makes millions of dollars on these players, and they receive none of it. All of this backs up why college athletes should be paid. If you're going to keep them from going pro straight out of high school, then you should at least pay them. This is why I believe college athletes should be paid.